welcome to the Everything Is Earned podcast. I'm your host, C.L.E. Tallboy, or Mike, as some people call me.
And I am It's Contagious, a.k.a. Tim.
It is contagious sometimes, especially when it's flu season.
Or trade deadline season.
Or trade deadline, yeah. Trades are contagious right now in Cleveland.
Or NFL award season.
Oh.
Or if you're Jared Goff, being awful season. Not showing up season.
Yeah. A little salt there. A little salt from Tim.
We did that, though.
Thanks for joining us for this episode. We have some awesome stuff to talk about here. We're going to cover things with the Cavs and the trade deadline. We're also going to get into the award season for football. And then we're going to talk about whether Baker is better than Jared Goff or other quarterbacks in the league. Getting right into the Cavs trade deadline stuff, the Cavs have made some trades. They dealt Rodney Hood for a couple people.
So the Cavs have made a few trades now. The first trade, they trade a couple days ago, they traded Rodney Hood to get two future second-round picks, and Nik Stauskas, a shooter, and Wade Baldwin, who's kind of a G leader, hasn't really done anything. And we actually both shipped off both of those players tonight, actually. We traded them to the Rockets in a 3-team trade with Sacramento, us, obviously, and then Houston. Picked up Marquese Chriss, is an athletic forward. He doesn't do much of anything. He's very raw. He hasn't developed any skill, pretty much. So he's just a rotational bid. I wouldn't be surprised if we traded him or shipped him off somewhere before tomorrow's trade deadline. Brandon Knight, the guy that crossed by Kyrie Irving in the Rising Stars game several years back, and then Houston's first round lottery protected pick.
Yeah, so not bad for the Cavs. I mean, you pick up some extra picks here. You absorb Brandon Knight's salary. You got $15 million this year, $15 million next year. So you pay a little bit of money, but you get.
He had a huge salary. He had a 5-year, $70 million deal.
Yeah, he had a big old contract, and then he tore his ACL.
The Detroit gave him that a few years back.
No. Who was it? It was.
I think so.
Was it Detroit? Maybe it was Detroit. I don't know. He needs to freaking get healthy, and then maybe he'll be good for the Cavs. Take a waiver, take a flyer on a guy. I'll square it away. So the Cavs effectively this season so far have traded
made 4 separate trades.
4 separate trades, acquired 6 second-round picks and 2
first-round picks. Now, yeah.
So not too bad for the Cavs. I mean, obviously, you want to get better, but sometimes you got to acquire some picks first.
And this tank it for Zion.
Tank it up, baby.
But yeah, we've lost a lot of shooting this year, whether it be Kyle Korver, whether it be George Hill, and now acquiring a shooter and then trading him almost immediately in Nik Stauskas. But we picked up young players with that are expiring contracts in this next summer. Not a lot, but more flexibility. And then draft picks, which is the big thing we were trying to do.
Yep, acquire the draft picks. I'm all about that. That's my jam right there. Get some nice juicy draft picks.
Yep, and trade Colin Sexton, but that hasn't happened yet.
Well, I mean, if you're the Cavs, who else would you trade right now?
Everybody
before the deadline.
Everybody except for Jetty, Love, and Clarkson.
Okay, so Jetty, Love, Clarkson, those are guys are untradables. So you can pretty much wipe out everyone else. Who else is? I mean, who's on the Cavs roster right now?
I trade Ante.
Ante, boom, give it Ante.
Sexton is also available.
See a Sexton.
In my mind, other people don't agree with me quite so much.
Who else is on that roster?
Right now, it's pretty bad. We traded away Alec Burks too.
Blossom game.
I
think
Blossom game. Oh, what's the
Blossom game? Blossom game.
What's the G leader we've picked up?
Dang-a-Dell.
We have him. We'll start him.
We've also got Dang-a-Dell. It's gonna be a fun lineup going out there for the next game. Buy our Cavs tickets now on sale.
Yeah, I think we have a game tomorrow. No, Friday.
Yeah, we'll be alright. With the guys in uniform.
I mean, we still have J.R. Smith too. We can trade him. I'll trade him. I'd package him with. I'd probably package him with. Ideally, Sexton in my mind, but Tristan's also trade bait. So is Larry Nance in my mind. The hometown guy.
John Henson's contract's big enough to trade too.
Is it big? I honestly don't want to deal with him. I love his size and rim protecting. I've been waiting for the kind of rim protecting bid for years. I wanted the Cavs to have one or acquire one when the ball is here.
Is he ever going to play basketball again? I haven't seen him.
I don't know, but the same can be said about Love. Is he going to play?
Yeah, he's probably going to play Monday against the Knicks.
And then I also love Untradeable, Dave Nwaba.
Nwaba.
That is, by the way, that is the Cavs Untradeables.
Yeah.
In a list of superstars and crazy talent, all Untradeables. David Nwaba, Jordan Clarkson, Jetty, and Love.
Yeah.
Not exactly your bid four, but it's all bid.
I think it's an okay core though. I mean, you can, if you can shed some dead weight and shed some contracts.
So like the entire 3/4 of our team.
Okay, now Tristan isn't dead weight, but I don't know if anyone can.
He has more value as a trade chip than he does on our team right now.
No, I mean contender wise, he has a huge contract. No one's gonna pick up. I
can't stand the undersized big. Who's more one dimensional than Nate.
Well, the problem with Tristan is he doesn't shoot. Like, it's not like he's a stretch big like Kevin Love is.
No, he's undersized. He's not really a rim protector. His value and what he brings to the team, his strengths, is this very niche. And in this new modern basketball, with more versatile and being able to do and switch different things, it's become more and more popular. It becomes more and more kind of isolated and limited in what he can do and affect on the basketball floor.
He just kind of limits you on offense a little bit. I mean, he gets you the hustle rebounds, but he has a really high percentage of screens to scores. So like, even though
his screen assists.
Yeah, his screen assists. So even though he's not necessarily scoring points himself, he sets some really nice hard screens, and he does open up shooters like Clarkson, which is really nice. Or a guy like Jetty who's going to dive for the rim.
And he's tough. He has a championship, and he does play hard, and it brings that physical presence that this young inexperienced Cavs team definitely needs.
But he's a sell high guy. Like, he's a sell high guy. I think you sell high on Tristan.
I think so. Definitely contenders that could use that energy off the bench. Those contenders. I think he would fit well with the Thunder, honestly.
Yeah, he played with the Thunder.
But I think
the Blazers.
Just in the new modern NBA, I'm gonna say again,
he's not the right fit in the modern NBA, and the Cavs need to sell high. That's just all there is to it.
The NBA teams are just more strategic than ever on both offense and defense.
Yeah, they attack the
weak spots, and then they play offensive players who are very limited the way they're supposed to be. They play off of them and help and double team on the most effective or most lethal shooters.
Right.
Scorers.
I'm with you there. So, all right. So besides Cavs stuff, I mean, obviously, we had wrapped up the NFL season here with the Super Bowl, and I know you, as a Rams fan, didn't enjoy the Super Bowl the way you'd hoped to.
Oh, that was disappointing. To be the second highest scoring offense in the league during the regular season and only to put up 3 points in the entire game is absurd, and it mostly falls on Jared Goff, in my opinion, the way he played, but it also falls on Sean McVay's game plan. He's been known to be this brilliant offensive mind, this generational coaching talent, and supposed to be like kind of like the Nets elite, like the guy when it comes to coaching. As some people thought, like Bill Belichick's going to hand it down to somebody, and people think that somebody is Sean McVay, and he got bested. He said it himself. He got bested by Belichick. But I think it was weird to see Sean McVay and Todd Gurley say that Gurley was in fact healthy, and he only got 10 touches all game. And that's your best player, not only on offense, but possibly on defense too.
But ultimately here it comes down to the Patriots are a machine, and in order to beat the machine, you have to come in with a different type of confidence on offense. And Jared Goff did not have that.
Lost.
And Sean McVay didn't adjust his game plan.
He didn't add any layers. He didn't add any little nuances to his system.
There was no.
It was the
there
same.
Was no play action, man. I want play action.
That's a Njoku. That's why they're so lethal.
I want play action.
And one of the things that made the offense so lethal the past two seasons, being ranked number 1 last year and the second highest this year, was the offensive line, and they had toasted. And for one of the few times, the NFL commentators actually said some intelligent things. I think Von Miller was also on that cast. But he was saying how defensive lines get destroyed if they're trying to attack the offensive line sideways. And what the Patriots just did, they kind of sliced right through the blocking scheme. And that's how he kind of beat the zone blocking scheme. And they showed some highlights and they shredded it. To have that staple for the past 2 seasons.
So we know we know Jared Goff doesn't show up in big games. That's essentially what we find. Or on playoff games.
It was so disappointing because
games, really.
In the first few games, I think it was 3 to 5 games, he was like an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, his mentality just left, and it never returned to him. So I don't know if he's dealing with some of that injury that he hasn't disclosed either to his team or to the media, or something like that. But it completely just left him. He just looked like he was a ghost out there.
Yeah.
If you looked at his eyes, it didn't look like he was at a Super Bowl.
Boy was rattled.
All his energy.
Also, my Falcons kicked you out of the playoffs last year. So,
and your Falcons will win in the playoffs?
Doesn't matter at this point because we both have to have.
You lost the Super Bowl. I lost the Super Bowl.
We both have 0 Super Bowl wins, so that's fine. But we are mainly Browns fans, but we are a secondary Falcon fan and a secondary Rams fan. So
that was the question.
So it was interesting, but we both lost the Patriots.
It's a weird week.
We know how I feel. It's not fun.
But anyways,
so Baker
NFL awards also happened.
I know, but I want to talk about Baker versus other quarterbacks.
Okay.
So Baker versus other quarterbacks. So very easy take here. Baker versus Jared Goff. Absolutely. I'll take Baker every day of the week because I think Baker is going to not have that kind of mentality.
To elaborate on that, if you insert Baker instead of Goff in that Super Bowl game, do the Rams win?
Yeah, they absolutely win because you just keep the team entirely the same and you just had a different quarterback. If you had Baker versus Goff, Baker is going to be in that huddle losing his mind on the sideline before every next drive. He's going to understand how big the moment is.
And he can read a defense. He does not have to rely on his coach to read it for him.
Yeah.
And he has that fiery mentality where he has those little interactions with his offensive line, individual players between plays and between separate huddles, and have to motivate them through a certain goal. Like, all right, I'm making something happen this play. Just give me time. Or let's go on this drive. This is a big play. This is little tiny words of encouragement and
Baker's a leader. I mean, he has the leadership ability, and it's not like a normal leader. He's a special leader. And when it comes down to a game like the Super Bowl of that magnitude, I would believe wholeheartedly that Baker Mayfield would have won that game, and he would have done it in spectacular fashion. It would have been.
He would but ended the dynasty.
Yeah, it would have been a wonderful sight to see. So we'll have to wait till the Baker versus Brady fight next season when they go on prime time.
But also, we can see the Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield fight next season too, as we play the Rams as well next season.
Oh, that's a be fun one. I like that.
Yeah,
one
I think we play them at home.
We'll bring that debate back up
in Cleveland. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, interesting. So if we're gonna make a list of the best quarterbacks in the league, say top 10 quarterbacks or so.
For 2019 or just total?
I would say going into 2019, projecting forward. We're not talking about careers as a whole. We're talking about going forward. So
in the 2019,
let's keep that in mind.
So, I have my 10 set. I like them quite a bit. There's a few reaches where I'm just playing aggressive. That's just my mentality and my optimism, and kind of how I see the off season changing and how I see players developing. All right, so
give us your 10-10. Let's go.
So I have number 1, Aaron Rodgers. He's the clear-cut best NFL quarterback in the league.
His skill set is unmatched. No one has more skills than
when healthy. And people say Mahomes, whatever. He still makes mistakes. He still has those turnovers. He's still learning. He's still young. I wouldn't put Mahomes over him. But I do have Mahomes at 2. And then I have Breeze at 3. Luck at 4. I think he's going to continue to get healthy and obviously shake off more that rust. And as Indy's front office kind of builds the team around him, he's only going to get better.
That team's going to be scary, bro. The
defense was so much better. So much better. I don't know what happened to the front office or the leadership there, but it definitely made a change there.
They were good this year. They were really good.
Matt Ryan, he was kind of under the radar. I know you made a point with that, for sure. over the past season. His numbers were so under the radar, despite how bad the rest of his team was.
Matt Ryan,
his defense specifically.
In case you guys didn't know, had a higher statistical year than he did when he won the MVP back in 2016. Okay, so let's not hate on Matt Ryan because he took a garbage team and threw for almost 5,000 yards this year, and he had an offensive coordinator that he fired at the end of the year, and he had 2 offensive linemen out.
Dude, I said that offense coordinator was trash. Like the first week you hired him, I'm like, all right, you have so many weapons in your team. You probably have arguably the most weapons out of any team in the NFL, and you're putting up this mediocre, barely above average offense. And you're like, oh, don't worry about it. Freaking Julio Jones, you're freaking probably the best wide receiver in the league. They didn't get a touchdown until what 6, 7, 8 weeks in.
I was brutal, man.
That's insane.
I know.
You can't do that.
I know. We know.
Yes, Steve Sarkisian was awful. Then I had Baker at 6.
Baker at 6.
Baker was statistically the ninth from Pro Football Focus, the 9th best quarterback this year.
Yeah, I believe so. But his second half of the year was really nasty. I mean, he had
him and what was it? Freddie Kitchens had the second best offense.
Yeah,
only behind Kansas City.
They put up some numbers
in the last 8 seasons, 8 games. And then I have Russell Wilson. Some people will say, "Oh, I'll have him over Baker," but I expect substantial growth over this offseason, both with his personally and developing his fundamentals, as well as the chemistry between his players, and only growing and getting better with his new officer or his head coach, Freddie Kitchens. And then I have Carson Wentz at 8, as he gets healthy, and as Nick Foles, I think, will sign someone else. He'll only get more comfortable after the ACL tear.
Yeah, I can agree with that because Wentz showed that he had like top 5 potential, and then with the
he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, with the injury thing, it just that like gives me some pause on it.
His ability to keep this alive and make plays outside the pocket was like a game changer, and what made him so lethal. And once he got injured and was less mobile, all that stuff kind of just collapsed on him. And then I have to have the GOAT Tom Brady in the top 10. So I have him at 9, and then I had Deshaun Watson at 10.
Okay, hold on. So he has Brady. You have Brady at 9, and I think the
reason I don't like New England. I don't like the Patriots at all. I kind of despise Tom Brady, but you gotta respect him.
Yeah, I mean he'll have Josh Gordon back probably, but the other thing is Brady kind of does like some chill mode stuff in the regular season, just like LeBron does. So like come playoff time,
he knows he's in it for the long haul.
He's not.
Chris Cole and Nick White said it all year long. They preached it how like you can say all these things about the regular season, but when it comes time to it, Bill Belichick and Brady are gonna get it done in the postseason and tighten it up, and that's what, unfortunately for me, that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Edelman doesn't need to do that every single game. He just needs to do it.
Oh my gosh!
2 or 3 times a year.
Double him every single time.
He just needs to do that 2 or 3 times a year. And to get his Super Bowl ring.
What? Freaking Brady and freaking tossed it to Chris Hogan 15 times a game? Come on, dude. Like, I love Wade Phillips. I love the Rams defense coordinator, but he needed to game plan better than that. And I'm down with Marcus Peters. Like, all he is a ball hawker. He is such a bad man-to-man defender. Yeah. It is insane.
Well, okay, to me, thanks for bringing more of your pain.
Yep, sorry.
Appreciate that. And then Watson at 10 is good. I think he's got a really great skill set. I'm a big fan.
The Texans are doing it better. But then I left off marquee names in here with Jared Goff, Jimmy G, Cam Newton, Dak, and Cousins. Didn't make my list.
Dak is trash. I hate Dak.
That is so bad.
I'm not a fan. He had a good second half of the year.
What people said.
Dak's
he
not good.
was like top 5. And
no, like, Dak is not that good. I'm sorry. I don't like Dak at all.
No, he's pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
The rest of the Dallas team is really what lifted him up. And then I have I have a little bit of a optimistic prediction for this year for Baker. All right, cool. What would you say he'll have at the end of the season?
He had almost 4,000 yards he missed several games.
13.5 games.
Yeah, so I would say he'd probably get like 4,100 yards.
Touchdowns, interceptions?
Probably throw for 40.
40?
Yeah.
All right, that's about what I have.
And then probably gonna throw like 11 interceptions.
11? All right. Well, I'm gonna kind of go a little bit above that. I'm gonna say 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns. He just lost freaking Pepsi Rookie of the Year, which is a fan vote, and Offensive Rookie of the Year to Saquon Barkley. The freaking Giants. I mean, yes, he's an incredible talent, but he had over 2,000 all-purpose yards. But you know who else did? Two other rookies in history. You know who's the only one to have 27 touchdowns in the rookie season? Baker Mayfield.
Do you think Baker cares about that award though?
I mean, if you want to get a bit of chip on his shoulder, I would. If you're a guy who has been a walk-on twice, I would. I mean,
yeah, that'd be a nice accolade to have. Looking not necessarily like this year, but like maybe like 10 years down the road.
Yeah, when you're a Super Bowl champion, you're like 2-time NFL MVP. You're throwing for over 30,000 yards.
Yeah, it'd be nice to
45.
It'd be nice to look back at it and say, yeah, this is how it all started. So interesting.
4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns. I'm gonna say 25 interceptions.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
20. I'm gonna say 22, 21, 22.
21, 22.
He does love to squeeze that ball into tight windows. I don't think it's gonna change too much next year, and he's gonna have 16 games, not 13 and a half.
I'm about to cuss so hard at you. There's no way he's
21,
22 interceptions. That's ludicrous, bro. You realize that like they're gonna actually run the ball too, right?
We'll see.
They're not gonna. It's not just Baker 50 times a game.
The interception prediction might be a little high.
You don't have to throw as many tough throws.
We're done.
You're gonna be in a more position to win.
16 to 18.
16 to 18. That's still too
40,
high. But okay.
40 and 16.
Thanks, Tim.
40 and 16.
40 and 16. It sounds more realistic.
Is that better? Okay.
I'll live with it.
I think.
You said 25 interceptions. That was 3.
I think Jarvis is gonna crack back into 1,000-yard season. I think he's gonna have 10 touchdowns. Oh, not 10 touchdowns. I think he's on 6 or 7. And I think actually Njoku might break out.
Njoku is my favorite Browns player outside of Baker Mayfield.
He might be a top 5 tight end next year.
I love Njoku.
You heard it here first.
I love Njoku so much.
I think he's gonna put in work in the off season.
The guy's an absolute animal. He's
once he figures out and it clicks for him, he's gonna ball out.
Do you know what quarterbacks love?
Tight ends.
Big, freaking fast, strong, athletic tight ends. They go out and catch stuff. Go out and jump up and get the ones. He had
his catch radius as all wide receivers talked about, Jarvis and Odell talked about, is pretty exceptional for the raw talent that he still is.
He had some nice go up and get you touchdowns this year, like back corner of the end zone, throw it up, let your man go get it. Like
he did, but
made some nice catches.
Just like Jarvis, he needs to learn and really focus in on the easy catches. A little bit.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You need to focus up a little bit. That's all it is. It's a mentality. If you can make those crazy catches, you can make the easy ones.
He's gonna have Baker in his brain,
and it's too much. This muscle memory, just going through the motions, kind of airplane mode.
He'll be good. We're not worried about Njoku. He'll be a top 5 tight end. I'm all about that.
And then and I still have the 13-3 prediction for the Browns next year. But then funny thing, TMZ put out articles about former Browns Hard Knocks star Devin Tadeusz saying he retired from football to pursue his passion for crystals.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think about that?
Crystals is such garbage.
I mean, I don't think you'll make millions of dollars with crystals unless you're talking about a different crystal.
All you do is sign one contract and he'd be fine.
But that's probably the only way to make millions. I mean, but hey, do what you want. Do your passion, man. Do you.
Crystals are such garbage. Oh, it's so stupid.
The idea behind them, the power and the serenity and the strength and kindness, compassion ones. Yeah.
Can I do
if you hold it in your hand and crush it, and it seeps into your skin, that trait. You're gonna develop that trait.
Can I do that for chocolate? Milk chocolate, Butterfingers, M&Ms.
So you're what?
Snickers.
You want that in your bloodstream directly?
No, I think the power of the chocolate.
The energy from it?
The energy from the chocolate. Well, I mean, it's got sugar, right? Science.
Okay. And then well, moving on from that, the Cleveland Sports Awards.
Yeah, the Cleveland Sports Awards
kind of weird,
very minor thing, just an inner Cleveland.
Yeah, and definitely a little bit
thingy going.
Not as exciting as it would be if LeBron was here.
But Baker Mayfield won the Sports Athlete of the Year the
he was very humble.
Awards.
He accepted it.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Humble.
Yeah, you're not gonna reject it. Get this crap out of here. It's not the award I wanted.
Yeah, he basically said when he accepted it that he'd basically take a bullet from anyone that had his back, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I like Baker a lot. Very last thing here, my Falcons did make a couple moves that are interesting to Browns fans. So they released Matt Bryant, legendary kicker. The guy had his best season kicking.
He's 1,000 years old.
He's 42 years old. Okay,
that's okay. Adam Vinatieri is what?
Or 43. He's 43.
Adam Vinatieri with the Colts is 46.
Matt Bryant kicked 95% of his field goals in. He had a long of 57 yards, which was incredible. And the man just is accuracy personified. Like, he's one of the best kickers. And if the Browns, if they want a good kicker,
they need to go.
Somewhere,
they should go
get
him
Go
immediately.
get him. Go get him right now.
Don't let him sit. Take care of it right now.
Also, the Falcons released their cornerback Robert Alford, who's 30 years old.
I thought it was young, but yeah.
Yeah, he played like 7 seasons with the Falcons, and he's pretty good. He's athletic. He could use some coaching, but he'd probably be a second or third corner for us.
That'll be a good spot for him to get that coaching because Steve Wilkes is very hands-on and he loves teaching players kind of individually and in practice. So I think that would be a good fit. And yeah, athletic and has that fast, hot pursuit and that aggression that I just love that he would bring over from the Atlanta defense.
Yeah, I'm all about it. But more importantly, Matt Bryant, get a kicker.
Give me a kicker. We saw in the playoffs how important it was.
Yeah,
how many games were decided by a field goal?
Yeah,
I know the Rams was decided by at least one.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, there's at least 2 or 3
overtime with Greg Zuerlein hit 2 field goals. They tied up in regulation and then to win in overtime.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, and the only reason they released him is a salary cap move, so it's not like he's declining in ability. He's still a monster.
We had a strained groin.
He strained his groin once during the year. Whatever, dude.
Everyone does. Every kicker does.
Yeah, all the groins are strained.
I mean, when you're booting it, freaking 55 to yards. I mean, you're on strained groin.
Yeah, get your groin stretches in.
Yeah, for sure.
How many times do we say groin in like a 2 minute span?
Groin. Well, I mean, we all allowed to stress now that Bob Wiley is gone.
Yeah, you can stretch it out, make it happen.
May you rest in peace.
Yeah, he's not dead. We just released him.
I know. I'm still mad about it.
Whatever. All right. Well, that's about going to wrap things up here for this episode of the Everything Is Earned podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, subscribe, and give us a little share there. We'd also appreciate any kind of feedback that you guys have for us. We love making some improvements and talking about what you guys want to talk about.
And as always, everything here is earned. Thanks for listening, guys.